Today on a commonly good MTG, we're playing a deck called Sin Reanimator. I thought it was Spanish for without Reanimator. Turns out, nope, this is a full-on Reanimator deck with a new card called Sin, Spira's Punishment. So we got a standard Reanimator deck with a bunch of new super cards from Final Fantasy, and if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, legally the Emperor of Massachusetts after I beat Charles Nelson Riley in an arm wrestling match, Dr. You Can't Suck It. Yes, thank you. Film for a live studio audience. Thank you so much. You can't suck it. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, posted by poor Planeswalker, called Sin Reanimator. Sin Reanimator. Like I said in the intro, I thought he was, because he speaks Portuguese or something, and I thought that this was like sin as in without, right? Like not. And so I thought it was not Reanimator. And then I cracked it open. I'm like, nope, there's Zombify, there's Rakdos Joins Up. No, this is a Reanimator deck. I'm like, why is this called Sin then? There he is, it's Sin. Spira's Punishment. That's what he's named after, right? So we got Sin, we've got Atraxa, we got Ardyn, and we got Bahamut. So that's the new thing that we're playing with this deck. It's a standard Reanimator deck. We got big dudes that we're laying down, all fresh and sparkly out of Final Fantasy. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this deck, the cards of this deck. We'll talk about how it should work, and then we're going to go out and we're going to crush some hopes and dreams. All right, so let me just tell you how these kind of decks work. Number one, you want to get Zombify and Rakdos Joins Up. You need to get that. And while you're getting there, you want to be dropping, let me say that without stuttering there for a second, like big cards like Overlord, Etali, Spira, Atraxa, Ardyn, Bahamut. You want to drop those guys into your graveyard as quick as possible. How are we going to do that? Tersa will drop them in there. Overlord will drop them in there for 2. Tersa will do it for 3. Bitter Triumph will let me discard a card. FOMO will let me drop a card. What else? There was something else in here to let me drop 2. Oh, Tersa does 2 cards. So we got a bunch of cards that you drop cards from your hand into the graveyard. And then you want to be drawing cards so you can get land and Zombify cards. And then once you get up to turn 4, turn 5, where you got enough, so you have your mana out and you got those cards, you drop Zombify, pull out the big dude out of a graveyard, and then just start going to town. All your big dudes are good. They're all fantastic that way. So it almost doesn't matter what you grab. Etali will, let's just go through it slowly then find out. So this does 2 or 3 points of damage. This destroys target creature or planeswalker. FOMO will potentially allow one of your creatures to have 2 attack phases. Tersa has got haste, and whenever it attacks, you can, if you have 7 more cards in your graveyard, you can exile a card at random from your graveyard. You can play it this turn. Brotherhood End does 3 points of damage. This is kind of a board wipe, or you can do it to either small creatures or artifacts if you want to go after there's artifact decks. Like, it'll take care of Urbrass Forge and the one that puts out the artifact bebes. Zombify returns creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Rakdos Joins Up, returns creature from your graveyard to the battlefield, puts 2 Popo counters on it. And whenever a legendary creature dies, Rakdos Joins Up deals damage to target opponent equal to that creature's power. So, yeah, this one's even better than Zombify. Overlord can mill cards into your graveyard. You do not want to take your creatures back unless it's something cheap like Tersa or FOMO. These guys stay in the graveyard. Otherwise, you get this guy out, and he's a 5/5, so that's pretty sweet. Etali will grab a non-land from your opponent and non-land for you. You get to put them out for free. Sin, whenever it enters or attacks, you exile a permanent from your graveyard at random, and then you create a tapped token that's a copy of that card. And if the exiled card is a land card, repeat the process. So there's a lot of potential, but it's kind of random, but still super cool. Atraxa allows you to go through the top 10 cards, and you can take 1 card of each type and put it into your hand. And she's a 7/7 flying, vigilant, death touch, and lifelink. Ardyn, demons you control have menace, lifelink, and haste. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, you exile one target creature card from the graveyard. If you exile a card this way, create a token that's a copy of the card you just exiled, except it's a 5/5 black demon who immediately gets menace, lifelink, and haste. And if you could do it with something like, I don't know, Etali, then you get a 5/5 Etali with menace, lifelink, and haste, and you get to take dudes from your opponents and yourself, that kind of thing. And Bahamut comes out as a 9/9, destroy up to one target non-land permanent, straight up. Next turn you draw 2 cards. Last after that, this creature deals damage equal to the total mana value of other permanents you control to each opponent. It's just a complete nuclear bomb of explosion. So super awesome. Even though it looks like an enchantment, it is a creature. It is a 9/9 dragon. All right, other than that, we got Starting Town, Demolition Field, and some other miscellaneous dual lands and regular lands. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to control the board a little bit. We're going to be dropping guys from our hand into the graveyard. Eventually, we're looking to Zombify our Rakdos Joins Up to bring those guys back to our battlefield, at which point we're just going to go nuts with their superpowers. That's it. Superpowers, man. Get them out as quickly as possible and go nuts. All right, so before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Shouldered, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. All right, I'm playing against CanadianClout. We don't have any creatures, nor do we have any reanimation. But I'm going to see if we can draw it. Get out of here, Jawas. Nip that in the bud. All right, we could do it again, so we're fine. Let's keep drawing a little bit of mana. That's fine. You can put another little creature out. He's playing Boros little dudes. Ooh, that is horrible. What else are you throwing out? All right, well, I'll just nuke that guy. That'll be fine. Let's pay 3 life. Welcome back. All right, well, there's a guy, but we don't have any reanimator cards. We are just going through the wrong cards. There we go. Now we got everything we need. Now we just got to get a guy into the graveyard somehow. Creature, Planeswalker. That's not going to help us out too much, is it? All right, it's 3 points at a time, apparently. And we win. Apparently that's it. Winner, winner, victory dinner. Our opponent against Kawazakization. That's fine. We really don't have anything that we actually want to play with this. But, you know, this is the deck that provides. And we have to play all red. Okay, good. I want that. We need 4 mana for it, though, but we got some time. All right, 2. We play 3 straight up. Let's just go with what we got. All right, 3. We're going to do this. 2 cards in. And we'll haste up. Alright, it's forced me to sacrifice Tersa. Whatevs. What are we doing here? At the beginning of combat, exile one creature. If you do, exile it. Fine, let's get rid of that guy. Right? Good. I mean, FOMO, you're looking really good to me. Sure, why not? All right, cool. That was pretty freaking amazing. I was completely unprepared for that chain of events. All right, that's not great. All right, he's got 4, but we got nothing. We're basically just waiting for another Reanimator to occur. Yeah, put it out, man. What else? And gone. Perfect. All right, come on. Something good. Come on, deck. You could do it. No. Let's get rid of the man land. I am personally not too worried about my lands. We're just waiting to get something. I go after this guy's throat. Come on, deck, you could do it. He's looking for something. Lame. Yeah, help. Let's go get something good. Bounce it back, do it again. Sure. And we win! And we win! Holy smokes, Ardyn. Holy smokes. I played against Oliver Grande. Keep. We got kill, Zombify, goes in the graveyard, helps to put things in the graveyard. Alright, we gotta watch out for stuff that's too slow, but these are all fast, that's cool. So FOMO puts out Ardyn. And then turn 4, we can Zombify. Turn off the lights. Keep cards from catching fire. Some things are important. Get these peeping Tom Jawas out of the way. Even better. Alright, FOMO! You can tell I'm a Reanimator deck at this point when I'm throwing big legendary dudes into the graveyard. Alright, that guy gets to get fried. I need to Bitter Triumph that guy. I got a discard that I really want to do. What is he? Ward 1? Yes, plenty. Discard. Yoink, yes. This guy. Yeah, we're all cool. Have a good time. Alright, Zombify is ready to go. You hit high, I hit low. Chokibo. Alright, let's lay it down. Here we go. Zombify. Sin. Welcome back. Alright, feel free to block with both. You can lose both your guys. Ooh, that is interesting. Mossborn Hydra with birds. Do I have anything cool to bring back? No, I don't. Alright, let's just flare this up. I'd like to keep at least one of the lands. Let's drop that. Let's take them all out. No math! Let's make him a little bit stronger. That's all cool. There we go. I don't think you got it, man. I haven't done the math here, but I'm looking pretty swell. You got 7 flying right there. Okay, you can get... Well, that's 12 left. You're down to 1. All you guys are dead. How are you going to pull this one off? That's the crazy part here. Chokibo! Will you be able to look ahead for that next card you're going to draw? You know, the one after you're dead. Let's just take it in. Smoke! Alright, there we go. Victory! That was a good game. Alright, we're playing against Solden Men 34-4, 318. These guys are 2. These are really good for Reanimator deck. Let's turn that beastie off. I'm not sure what to do with this. It looks like a great card, but I mean, we can't bring this back. I guess it is a creature, isn't it? That is a weird card. I guess these are the guys I want to drop in the graveyard, bring them back at 4. What did I end up picking here? Nothing good. Okay, we got 1 Overlord in the mix. We need to get a 4th mana. That's what we really need. There we go. Let's throw this out. Look at the future. Graveyard. Drop it. He's still going to serve his purpose right there. Alright, so we got 4 and 5, which means we can bring back Rakdos like crazy. I might go for Bahamut at this point. I've never had the opportunity to play this card before. He doesn't have anything. I'm just seeing what we can do with the 9/9 flyer. He didn't have anything out. Alright, here we go. There's something to kill. Alright, stronger, better, faster. Does he have more creature kill on him? The good thing is that because he's legendary, I bet you it'll do 11 points of damage to him. Demons you control 11 minutes haste. Sure, let's do that. Nope, let's not do that. Alright, FOMO in the hand is pretty decent. There we go, we got 2 guys out. If he kills a legendary guy, he's going to take 11 points of damage. Unless he does an exile, I think, but we'll see what happens here. And he doesn't have to wait, he can just pop it right now. He doesn't have anything good in his graveyard. Really just depends what he's got in his hand at this point. Let's just take it in. We're cool. We'll let it go. So I think we got him. He's 11 points. You can't block it. Here we go. Boom, boom. And we win. And we win. Victory! We are playing against Satooya. Satooya! Keep. Alright, so 3, we'll wipe some stuff out. Nope. We're probably playing the same deck. I'd like to get some mana, thank you. Let's put more stuff in the graveyard, too. All we could do is cook something with a relatively well-sized butt. Doesn't appear we're being given that opportunity. Let's... Boom, boom. Boom, boom goes the room. Done. Now we'll organize our cards appropriately. 1, 2, 3. Let's get rid of 2 of them. It's going to be guy number 1. I really don't care. I just want to get rid of cards. Draw some stuff. That sounds like fun. One, two. Mana, perfect. Ooh, I can't believe he wasted it like that. I understand, that thing looks like it's doing 2 or 3. But, yeah, it's just 2, man. Ooh. Yeah, he's playing a Reanimator as well. I got the better hand, though, right at the moment. All right, go full 5 on this. Let's go ahead and bring in Sin. All right, Sin, bring something else, something good to eat. None of the above. Decline. Sure, that's what you're going to do. I know it. Okay, I can take out Planeswalk with that. We are done. Victory! I'm playing against Kripendorf. That's a name, apparently. Kripendorf. 2 mana. All right. Was all red. There's a lot of potential here. It's kind of weird in a non-aggro kind of way. I don't have any of my Reanimator cards, which is disturbing. Yeah, like it's my turn, man. So, like, you know, pass it. All right, give me a Reanimator. There we go. Now I just need mana is what I need. All I gotta do is more FOMOs. Number of towns you control. Wow, that is crazy. All right, I guess we're playing FOMOs. All right, nothing there. Here's 4 and a 5. We need to get to mana. This will throw more guys in our graveyard. We got good guys in there right now already. All right, you come in slow. Two cards. Nice. Yeah, you can draw a card, man, but I'm attacking. That's all there is to it. Just let it happen. All right, do we have anything good in here? We've got Etali. That's going to come in slow. So I'll have to Zombify Etali. Ugin, all right. Look, I might have to just take out Ugin is the problem. Another one gone. Yeah, he's playing an Ugin deck is what he's playing. Does he have another one in his hand? That's the question. He's looking for stuff. Alright, no reason for me to attack. Let's just let it go. You're really hoping you had Ugin out for that one, huh? Dropping it right now is a really bad idea. Those are all there for Ugin number 2, man. This is why I steal Ugin from you and make him my friend. If it happens, that'd be great. What do I have to do here? 3 points of damage. Does he have anything with 3? Can I shoot creature with it? Doesn't make a difference. Whatever, here we go. Can't attack. Oh, yeah, no, he was tapped. I could have attacked. Oh, the humanity. That's 2 points of damage that I could have totally brought back. That is horrible against my deck. I think you can blow it at any time, right? Yeah. We have to do this slow and horrible because he's just going to kill everything in my graveyard and I need to now play things out of my hand. Alright, this guy's lame. I gotta just remember how lame he is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I almost feel like trying to just blow off the guide lantern is what I need to do. Whatever, man. Just so I can clear that out of the way, we can start playing our deck regular like. Here we go, let's just do it. Alright, do it. Pop it. There, now I don't have to worry anymore. I was hoping to pick up an Ugin and I got a poo-poo UFO. That's just stupid. I got nothing in there. I mean, theoretically, you could win the game for me, but I mean, you'd have to be down to nothing. He's got 2. I could do half of his life with that guy with just 1 turn, but we'll see. Yeah, it's bad. If you want to put Etali in the graveyard, that would be kind of good, though. That's 9 points of damage to you right there. And we win! Suck it, suckerfish! Suck it! Alright, so here we are with Sin Reanimator. And saying it's Sin Reanimator, that's saying a lot. In reality, we're just playing with a bunch of new dudes from Final Fantasy. And they are Insanosaurus Rex. Insane. Yeah. Yeah, this deck, I just didn't even know how to play it. It was so crazy. But the deck kind of plays itself, and so I was pretty happy about it. Let's get down to it then. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? I can tell you it's Rakdos Joins Up is the most valuable card in this deck because it's reanimation plus they return it with Popo counters on it, and whenever a legendary creature dies, it deals damage equal to that creature's power to target opponent. That extra 1 point over the top of a Zombify is well worth it. Totally, 100%. So absolutely, Rakdos Joins Up is this deck's MVP. Of course, it needs the other cards to really just to be the ammunition that this thing's shooting, but this is the gun that makes it happen. So yeah, Rakdos Joins Up is the tool by which this deck is just throwing down and taking names. Congratulations, Rakdos. You are winning things once again. All right, let's get to it. Was this deck competitive? Let's find out. Where did I end up at? I ended up at 64%. It's a good deck. That's a good number. It's not 70s. You know, that's just fantastic. Where did I have problems? You know, nothing in particular. Just sometimes some decks were maybe a little bit faster. Sometimes I was going up against control. In my control, I went up against another Reanimator deck, and it just happened to be faster than my Reanimator deck was. So, you know, those things happen. So there was nothing wrong with this deck. And I can tell you the big thing is that it's not fast, right? It's not fast. You're not playing aggro. The only thing you're doing in aggro ways is you're potentially throwing things in your graveyard. That's what you're going to do in an aggro way. So that feels weird if you're an aggro player. This is not an aggro player deck. It's got a certain amount of control, but it's really about comboing in and bringing your creatures back from the graveyard. I had somebody that was exiling my Zombify and my Rakdos Joins Up cards. That was rough. I lost to that dude just because, you know, without the Zombify cards, what are you going to do with this deck? You got guys you can't even play. But still, it was a competitive deck. It won at least, you know, twice for every one time, you know, for every one loss. So yeah, it was repetitive. I played it on the ladder. It did well. It did very well. I mean, Reanimator decks, this one in particular, has been great. And you can put whatever you want on the top end. It doesn't matter. So we're just playing it again with stuff from Final Fantasy. Atraxa's always good. I'd probably throw her away. You know, she's way too good. We already know it. Just put other cards in there. The big guys was Sin and Ardyn and Bahamut. Those three right there. Oh, those guys were super, super cool. The thing was, I was supposed to put like 3 Sin in here, and I didn't have. I only had one rare wild card. So I just paid for one, put one in there, called it good. Whatevs, man, whatevs. Because you just have to have enough of stuff to throw into your graveyard and reanimation, and then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. All right, so yes, this is a competitive deck. Number 2, was this a fun deck? Because it was not an aggro deck, I was a little, you know, not entertained by it as much as I could be. I don't like the fact of letting people live. I don't like letting them keep growing their decks. But our deck at like turn 4, if you got it done right, like you've been throwing guys in the graveyard or whatever, you get Zombify out, you can bring back big dudes on turn 4, and that is a glorious thing to occur. I found that wasn't happening, right? That sometimes I had problems with that. It took me a while to put things together. But when this deck starts punching, it starts punching super hard. At which case, then it's a fantastic deck. So if you're okay with a little delayed gratification, yeah, this deck can be a fun deck. Lastly, was this deck interesting? And yes, it was interesting. I mean, it wasn't. It was just a standard reanimation deck. All of these cards we've been playing for quite a while now. It's just we're playing with Sin, we're playing with Ardyn, and we're playing with Bahamut, which is a weird-ass creature enchantment. That is just nuts. Just nuts. Yeah, Bahamut. And that's what made it interesting. Yeah, big time. All right, so let's add this deck up. The question, was it competitive? Yes. Was it fun? Yeah. Was it interesting? Yeah. So I'm going to give this one just a straight A deck. Because while it was fun and interesting, it was just a standard deck and it was delayed gratification. So I'm pulling it back to just being a nice straight A deck. You're probably going to see, you can see Reanimator decks like this all over the ladder. This one just happened to have these cards in it, but they were super cool and super fun to play. All right, so straight A deck. If you decide to play with this deck, I hope that you have as much fun as I did. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.